what to wear for your yoga workout. As the popularity of yoga continues to increase all over the world, more and more people are taking their first yoga class, or buying their first yoga book for practice at home. Choosing what to wear for yoga is a little bit more important than you might at first think, and there are a number of considerations one needs to think about in order to make the right decisions. There are obviously practical considerations to be made, but also, fashion is no stranger in the yoga studio, and people are starting to think that it is not only important to feel good with what you wear, but also to look good. With world-famous stars such as the singer Lady Gaga and soccer player Ryan Giggs advocating yoga, the fashions and coolness of yoga are never far from one's mind. This makes it a little more difficult when you are a beginner, because your body is probably not the shape that you desire it to be, especially if you are starting yoga in order to try and lose some weight. The reality is that once a yoga class has started, the vast majority of those doing it are thinking so much about the way to practice yoga that they will not be noticing the clothes of those around them. They will be focused on what they are doing. Another well-known fact is that yoga is actually practiced by people of all shapes and sizes. It is impossible to tell if someone practices yoga purely by size or by the shape of their body. Yoga, like all forms of exercise, has the ability to make you sweat. If you are looking into hot yoga or power yoga, then those forms of yoga will definitely make you sweat. So it is obviously not advisable to be wearing a thick jumper or pair of jeans. You can wear anything you like in your yoga class, but some important things to think about might not be too obvious at first to the beginner. You don't want to wear garments that restrict your movement in any way. Clothes that are tight around the elbows or knees should be avoided. The opposite is also true in that you do not want your clothes to be too slack or baggy. When you twist and bend yourself into all sorts of amazing positions and postures, the last thing you need is your top falling up and covering your face. As well as restricting your view, this type of mishap would spoil your concentration and put you off. You also need to pay attention to the type of material any clothes are made of. Some materials can be itchy on your skin, which is not a good thing. Other materials do not allow the skin to breathe so easily, and sweat is not absorbed, which results in your skin becoming wet beneath your clothes, and then the clothes might start to stick to your body, which again, can become uncomfortable. A common yoga-related injury is a scuff on the skin to either the knees or the elbows, especially when trying to learn a new pose, so you may also want to consider a top with longer sleeves to cover the elbows, and a pair of yoga pants to protect the legs. Yoga can be done in bare feet if you like, but it is a good idea to wear something light on the feet with a good grip, especially when practicing in a studio or public class. The last thing you want is to slip and fall on a hard floor that has become slightly wet due to condensation or sweat. At the end of the day, make sure your clothes are practical for yoga and are in line with the above guidelines. As long as you feel good in your clothes and are sure that you will not be distracted by them, and that they won't distract others, then you should be free to enjoy your yoga sessions with your mind fully focused on nothing but yoga. What to wear for your yoga workout. As the popularity of yoga continues to increase all over the world, more and more people are taking their first yoga class, or buying their first yoga book for practice at home. Choosing what to wear for yoga is a little bit more important than you might at first think, and there are a number of considerations one needs to think about in order to make the right decisions. There are obviously practical considerations to be made, but also,